progress that I've made, including the wire connections, the fact that the PVC clamps properly connect to the motor and to the PVC. The controller properly works and is connected to the receiver, and the containers are fully waterproof. Although we did have a lot of adversities with the parts ordering, but also with the battery connection. That concludes my presentation. Thank you all, you've been a wonderful audience, and I will now take any questions.
We ran out of storage, so I just started mine up.
Thank you.
Can you show me where that clear container's going?
The clear container will be connected to two PVC clamps as it is here, and will be put right here.
Will that ever be in, like, the line? Like,
No,
in addition to it obviously being one.
with Brandon's buoyancy tests and with all the parts on, included in a separate buoyancy test, the water line will be about here, so this will be above the water
A
line.
little higher, but yeah.
A little higher, but like
Yeah.
this full container will be above the water line, so the connections will not be like altered by the water.
Well, that box will want to float because it will have air in it.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on where you put that, could end up tilting the whole thing down into the water.
I understand that, but it actually works in our favor because the majority of my parts will be pretty heavy and it will sink the back of the boat, so the back of the hull. So with this wanting to float, it will actually make sure that it doesn't fully tip over.
I'm not worried about it tipping over that way. I'm thinking about it tipping the other way, and you're not really. I don't
This
know if
way?
it's important that you're skimming the surface or not.
It's not integral, but it is a goal.
Yeah.
You mean forwards like this?
Yes.
I don't see that as,
That's-
I didn't see that as an issue with the buoyancy calculations.
Well, I mean, I'm speaking for both of us here. I mean, there is testing to be done with this. Like
Yeah.
I did say that, and I think that is gonna bring a lot of things out. So I think we can see what happens.
You're attaching. How does it attach to the PVC clamps?
The PVC clamps can be attached with the screw because there is a hole in the PVC clamp, but it can also be attached with epoxy, which I have.
Do you want to add any more holes in the box?
In the box, no. So that's the epoxy.
And what cables are coming out of the box?
Mainly the ESC cable. This is probably what will be the only thing coming out of the box, which is already a waterproof wire. So the only main issue would be to
Seal the hole.
seal the hole,
Okay,
which
how are you doing that?
the waterproof epoxy.
Okay, so the wire is flexible,
Yes.
and when it's being jostled around and moved, it could possibly open up that hole and the epoxy. The epoxy's not gonna become, if the epoxy becomes brittle, that could be one issue. If the epoxy never becomes brittle and it's flexible in a way, then it could get opened up a little bit and moisture could get inside. Depending on the nature of when you're testing, right, hot, humid, whatever,
Oh, I see what you mean.
there could
Okay.
possibly get some moisture inside, which would then, fry your electronics.
Okay.
If there's any kind of PCB.
I could do preliminary tests with that with one of the containers that does not fit all of my parts.
Just bringing it up, because, I know, who else has a box in here? You do. So what were you using?
Cable glands. So you drill a hole and it's like a seal. So watertight.
Okay, you might wanna
Okay.
think about that and see if that's not something that might be better suited for that. Epoxy, guys, can't be the answer for everything. When you get to college, please don't use epoxy to waterproof and seal holes and things like that. It's just not, that's not the answer. Professors aren't gonna fly with that, okay? So, here while we're prototyping and that kind of thing, but don't think because you used it here that you can, that's the answer there.
It's kind of like the equivalency, like you came in here wanting to duct tape everything, where like duct tape is now not allowed, and you're like, oh, epoxy's the new duct tape.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, think about it, would you buy a product out there that was built like that and finished like that? Think about, your own standards of what you purchase in your lifetime and gotta meet those standards on your end as you're pumping something out for the public to purchase. Okay, so just check that out and see if that's not something that's.
Got it.